everybody, and welcome to this weekly update from myself, Sarah Lean. Again, I just wanted to thank everybody that tunes into these videos and listens. Also, a massive thank you to everybody that likes these videos and comments on them as well. It really does keep encouraging me. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and you'll get notifications of when I release these videos. I do them every Friday, so you'll get an update of what's happening in the Azure news and what's happening in my world as well every Friday. So definitely subscribe and tick that little bell so that you get those notifications. And in between my weekly videos, I often release videos about different technologies, explaining and demoing how to do it. So definitely think it's worthwhile to subscribe to my channel, and a huge thank you to the existing subscribers who have subscribed already. Now, in terms of Azure news, I want to talk about a few features and a few functionalities that we've seen released this week. The first one is something within Azure Security Center that the team have taken feedback on from you, the customer, and actually built into it. So within Azure Security Center, you get a score of how your environment is performing, and that gives you a good baseline in terms of being able to secure your environment and work towards securing things within your environment. Now, within that score, we were actually including preview features. So when new features were released, we were including those into the score, and that was actually having a negative effect for some of our customers, because as we say, preview features are great, but we don't necessarily recommend that you implement them or use them within production environments. So a lot of our customers were using Security Center in the score on their production environments and finding that their score was lower than it should be because they weren't turning on preview features. And what we've now done is taken the calculation of the preview features out of that security score. So you will still see the preview features appear within the Security Center, letting you notify of them being there and letting you play with them if you wanted to, but they don't affect your score. So definitely check that out if that's something that's been affecting you. And as I said, our customer feedback is really important to us because we're feeding the things that you're telling us into our products. Now, the next bit of news is a preview feature, and that's around automatically patching your virtual machines. So we now have this preview feature that can automatically apply patches to your virtual machines. Now, it's critical and security patches that it would automatically apply up to 30 days after that patch was released. Now, this automatic service will patch the patches, will apply the patches, and it will reboot your virtual machine if it needed to happen. Now, your virtual machine has to be switched on in order for the patches to be evaluated and then applied. So it's definitely a feature that will be useful in some environments, but it might not be for everybody. So it's in preview at the moment, so you can opt in to use it. We probably would recommend, again, not to be using it within production environments and to be very mindful of what servers you're actually applying this to, because remember, this will automatically apply patches to your server and it will automatically reboot if a reboot is needed. So for some applications that will be fine, for others that won't be, because you'll have an outage when we reboot it and you may have issues with some applications if you apply a patch that doesn't, it clashes with that application. I know in the past I've had to have vendor approval on certain applications to apply a patch and they have to test it. So definitely it's a feature that I think will be useful, like I said, in a lot of use cases. What I'm going to do is post a link in the show notes for you to have a read at this. There's quite some detailed documentation the team have put together around how it works and what it does, so definitely read it out. And as I said, it's a preview feature, so if you've got any feedback, any thoughts about this product, if you use it within your non-production environments and find things that you don't like, find things that you love, please do feedback to them, because as I said, like with the security news, we listen and we build this into our products, so your feedback is really valuable to us as well. Now, the third bit of news that I want to cover is around Azure Migrate, and it's the availability now of being able to put your virtual machines into availability zones when you migrate them. Now, an availability zone is a separate physical type entity within our regions. So within our data center regions, we have multiple availability zones, and that's basically separate type power, type infrastructure, so that if something goes wrong in that region, it doesn't necessarily take out all of our availability zones. So you can spread things out and have things moving around availability zones if something went wrong. So now when you migrate your virtual machines up into Azure using Azure Migrate, you can actually use the functionality within the portal to, deploy that into an availability zone within the region that you're deploying that workload to. So that's great for some of those workloads that need that high availability, that high redundancy level built into them. And it's also great for those applications where we've needed that functionality on-prem, but we've maybe not had the capability, the capacity, and we've had to, do without, and now we're moving to the cloud, we can actually build that in. So definitely check that out as well, and I'll hopefully maybe actually look at doing a video on where that feature is, how to turn it on, and just explaining a bit more about it. So the other kind of news that's been obviously broke a few weeks ago is that we're having Digital Ignite this year later on, and we're on the countdown and the rundown of having that digital event. It's obviously going to be very different than our in-person event, and it's a shame we're not having that, but unfortunately we obviously can't. But the good thing is we are having Ignite, and although we were delivering it digitally, we're still trying to give you a great experience, and I'm really excited about some of the things that we have planned, some of the things my team are doing in the background. It's definitely a busy time for us, even though we're not doing that travel route on New Orleans. So yeah, really looking forward to it. If you haven't signed up already, please do sign up for Ignite. It will help you build your schedule. When we release the schedule, you'll be able to get some notifications and you'll be able to interact with the chat during some of the live sessions. Ignite will be kind of following the sun, so we'll have things happening within that West Coast of America, Seattle time zone for people in that side of the world. We'll also be having things that are friendly for the European and the UK time zones, and then we'll be having things for the APAC, so the Australia audience and the Asian audience as well. We'll have things happening live during those slots. So it's not just recorded content you're going to be getting played over the 3 days. There's definitely lots of live content happening, so where you can interact. We will be having live interviews and stuff like that on the show as well. So we're really looking forward to it in terms of what we are doing in the background, and we're really looking forward to getting your reaction and interacting with you as a community. My team have set up a Discord server that will allow you to have some chat with us, some banter right now. I'll post a link in the show notes on how you can join that. We'll definitely be using that through Ignite to try and have some of those hallway chats, and hopefully you can have hallway chats with the community as well in that Discord server. So check out the show notes for links on how to join that. So yeah, my week has been quite busy. I have been doing lots of Ignite prep, lots of research on things that I need to do for Ignite. I can't really talk much about it at the moment, unfortunately, but it's definitely been a lot busier this week. So I've got a couple of blogs and a couple of videos that I need to write, need to record, need to edit, need to release, and obviously it's Friday today, so everything is running out of time before the weekend, but I'm really enjoying it. It's good to be involved in a big project like this and still have the ability to interact with the community as well. So yeah, I'm not sure there's much I can actually talk about physically about what I've been doing this week, but it's been a good week. It's been a busy week. I am definitely looking forward to having a relaxing weekend. I've got some I got FIFA for my PlayStation, and I also got an NBA game as well for the PlayStation, so I'll be looking forward to spending some time trying to master those games at the weekend. So thank you for tuning in. I hope you all have a good one, and I will catch you next week.